Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Coco Playthroughs. However, this is not a playthrough. This is very much a devlog. This is my first devlog for the mod I am creating called Creative Jujutsu. We all know that hit popular anime and manga Jujutsu Kaisen, and if you do know about it, then you know what domain expansions are. And what this mod is mainly about is creating your very own custom domain expansions. As you can see, there's a bunch of blocks that you can change your domains and stuff to make it look like your very own. So we have domain decorations, wall blocks, floor blocks, and items, and let's just get right into it. So the first thing about this mod is the items, aka just one item, called the Domain Item Maker. The only way to actually get this item is by, as the name suggests, Creative Jujutsu, Creative Mode. Maybe in the long run, I'll add a mob that like you kill and you drop it. It drops this item and then you can use it. But right now you can only get in Creative Mode. So what does the Domain Item Maker do? So if you get it and pick it up, right-click it, and as you can see, we have the Domain Creator main menu. So we have a bunch of different options here that goes from 1 through technically 10, but as you can see, these last 3 I'm still working on. So let's just start with the very first one, Properties. So you click this, and as you can see, we're on a new page, Customize Your Domain. What does that do? So, choose your domain size, enter number between 4 to 30, prefer the whole number, decimals makes it unique, I'll show that later, and smaller than 4, because 1, you'll get crushed, and larger than 30, it'll lag, but if you don't care, you can enter whatever number. So let's just do a nice solid, enter your size number, let's do 15, you press confirm, and if you want to check what your domain size is, you press the check button, and if you escape, you can see domain size entered 15 block radius, 13 blocks wide from middle of the domain to the outer wall, and 12 blocks wide from the middle to the inner wall. So that's the size. Let's go back. Now we can choose how long your domain lasts. Enter number of ticks, remember ticks, between 4 to 3,600. Shorter or longer makes a domain useless or too OP, but if you don't care, enter whatever number. So basically, if you don't know what ticks are, it's like the Minecraft, thingy. And if you don't know like how long a tick is per second, just go on Google and search up ticks to seconds converter. We're gonna do around 300 ticks, which, oh yeah, if you press confirm and check, then it just shows you right here. So domain time length, enter 300 ticks, which is 15 seconds. I honestly forgot what the calculation was. You can just do it. So yeah, never mind, don't go on Google, you can just do it right here. If you do 5,000 ticks, then 250 second domain. But we're just gonna do 300 ticks for now, which is only 15 seconds. So next, after that, you can press main menu to go, or menu to go back, or you can press the next button or press create. Create just closes the tab. I probably should change that, probably change it to close instead of create, but I like create because, it seems cooler. So let's press next, which brings us to the name of your domain. So if you press name, same thing. So name your domain expansion. We're gonna be creating, let's see here. We're gonna let's create Gojo's domain. So you can type in his name, domain expansion, unlimited void. You can press confirm and you can check the current name. As you can see right there, domain name, domain expansion, unlimited void. It's getting dark. Make it bright. Okay, there you go. So we have now the domain name is domain expansion unlimited void. So next, there is now a next page button, which is the same page of name. So this is more name customizations. I'll go right through it. If you press next, then you're into the new page of choose your own floor. But let's go through this next page button. So what is this next page? This is to add first activate if you want a boss bar for your domain. So you can press activate or deactivate. If you press deactivated, then boss bar deactivated. If you go back, if you press activate, boss bar activated. So let's say yes, we want a boss bar. So now, if boss bar activated, please create a random name in lowercase and replace spaces with underscore. Example, in this text box, you can write random name or random or domain. Only have to do this once, but if someone has the same name, you just have to create a random lowercase and underscored name. Example, if there are two names named random, one person just has to rename to something else like Bob. So meaning, basically this is just in case if you're playing on a multiplayer world and multiple people have their own domains, you just need to have your very own domain. So let's say my name's gonna be Bob. You can confirm it and you can check domain boss bar name. Yours is Bob, and then someone else in your server, in your world, theirs can be named domain. Now next, here it says enter the hex code color for your boss bar name. Just search up on Google hex color picker, lol. So basically, you can just search up on Google what type of color you want to have for your boss bar. So just search up on Google. I'm currently searching up on Google hex color picker, and we're just going to pick a random color here. Let's make it blue. Copy and paste that and paste it right on there. You confirm and you can check what your domain boss bar color is. So now you can press check boss bar or turn off boss bar. So if you click this, as you can see, nothing's happening right now. You actually have to go into the next page button, which is another new area. Technically, I should remove this. Okay, I'll probably remove this and just leave it in here. But yeah, so this next page is enter true or false for your boss bar text style. Write true to activate or write false to deactivate. Please fill in all boxes. So as you can see, you can make bold text, italic text, underline text, or strike through text. So let's do bold, true. Let's do italic, false. Let's do underline, false, and strike through, false. So now you can press check, and as you can see, it shows all what you have. And now that I have actually filled all in these boxes, now I can press check boss bar. And as you can see, this is what your boss bar is going to look like when I spawn in the domain. And then if you want to obviously get rid of it, oops, you just turn off boss bar. So yeah, I should do press next page first, like write down, press next page first before checking, and then you have to do all this first, and now you can do it. So that's all for naming. So now let's go to the next tab or like options, which is your floors. So choose your floor, only check one. You can only check one right now. Soon you'll be able to check multiple. So nothing floor is obviously nothing floor, right? Chosen floor block, nothing. You can do the same thing we're checking. I don't have a next page button, lol. But let's go ahead and now showcase all the different types of floors. So we have a magma floor, block floor. We have water floor, ice floor, crater floor. I'll show that one in like later. Chain floor, traps floor. I'll also show that one later. Glass floor, bone floor, star void floor, shadow void floor, domain block floor, shallow water floor, lava concrete, lava floor, and muddy floor. So which is these floor blocks here. And as you can see, there's also some extra blocks that I didn't talk about. There's some stalactites, and also there's double domain floors. I'll get to that later, but here's basically all the floors, and I'll just showcase it right here. So here is the money floor. So really nice, cool money. We got little dollar sign particles flowing through, and I'll just show you the wall as well. This is a money wall, and it's doing basically the same thing. They're basically the exact same. It's just one is named wall and the other is named floor. They're the exact same texture though. And no, they sadly cannot rotate. They are always facing that direction. But yeah. Next we got the ice floor. So here we can take these right here, and as you can all know, ice is slippery. So you will go ahead and slip and slide around the area. And then here is the ice wall. Same thing, basically looks the same, but just a darker texture for the walls. So that's about it for ice. Next we have here are the lava stalactites. We have a tall, medium, skinny, and small. So this is the tall version. These are the medium ones, and this is the small ones. As you can see, the bounding blocks are kind of fucked up right now. I'll change that later, but yeah. You can basically walk through these. You can't really walk through these. And then this is basically the same size of the block. Next, we got volcano concrete. Oh yeah, and of course, we got the little particle, the little snowball particles happening for both the ice, and then we have, as you can see, lava particles rising into the sky, stalactites. Volcano concrete, there is no particles on here, but as you can hear, everything has their own, like, they have their own little sound effect. You know, they all have their own little sound effect. And here is the volcano concrete wall. Little fire particles shoot out. So that's the volcano concrete. Next we have the lava floor, and as you can see, you go right through the lava, but you don't actually, well, hold on. You don't actually take damage. This is all for decoration. And as you can see, you can also go deeper and go through. Oh, yeah. So you can do all this stuff and swim through it. And as, of course, I said, it's all for decoration. Lava doesn't actually flow down. I don't know. I'll maybe change that later. Who knows? But yeah, I kind of just make it so that you can go through it and also swim through it. The reason why I don't have it hurting you is because it is basically decoration, and you can actually, the main port of like actually hurting the other players and mobs and stuff is by your domain effects, but I'll get into that later. Here's the magma block. This also doesn't hurt you. It's all for decoration, and as you can see, little particles are spawning and spewing out from the top. Next we got shallow water. Shallow water is basically water that you can stand on, aka shallow water. There's not really a reason why I didn't make shallow lava. I was just like, why would you ever like walk on lava? But maybe I'll add that sooner or later. Now we got water. It's basically the exact same thing as lava. You can sink into it just like lava and swim around it and stuff like that. Here is the water wall. As you can see, droplets are falling and landing on the floor and splashing around. Here we got the chains, basically the exact same. You can fit right through the chains, you can walk on the chains. You can also hear it, and also it has little sparks, you know. They're basically like electric chains, and here's the chain wall. It looks like it's an electrical chain that you shouldn't touch, but yet again, it doesn't really hurt you. Here we have glass that you can see through, obviously, because it's glass, and it has a little sparkle effect because it's like, oh, glass, you can see through. So yeah, this is a glass wall. I'm just going through all the blocks right now that have been implemented. Here's the Shadow Void. Shadow Void is basically for that one character, Megumi. Megumi's entire like domain is shadow, and this is his domain that you can walk on. And as you can see, there's little shadow particles spewing out from the top and stuff like that. Yeah. It also makes a little squishy sound, because apparently Megumi's shadow domain is like, it's like water, so that's why it's kind of like, I mean, it doesn't sound like water when you're walking on it, but it's basically water. Now here we have the Star Void blocks, and Star Void blocks are basically, hold on, it's turning. nighttime again. Star void blocks are basically like really dark blocks, but sparkles are emitting from it. This is basically Gojo's domain, where Gojo's domain is just a big, like fucking, it's just a big black hole in his shit. So yeah, that's all the Star Void blocks. These are basic domain blocks, literally just black blocks, and they don't emit anything, no particles, no nothing. So now, last but not least, we have the bone blocks here, and these bone blocks are, as you can hear, they're emitting skulls and a bunch of scary stuff are coming out. These are basically, essentially, my thought process was, these are Mahito's like hands that will sprout around his entire domain. So there we go, we've gone through basically everything here. We've gone through the wall blocks and we've gone through the floor blocks. As you can see, there's double floor blocks for these, and also there's double wall blocks for these. But I will get to that in, like, you know, the next thing. I'm actually gonna stop my video right here. This is my first devlog. I'll get to all the explaining. We've so far covered all the floors. Where right now we have a domain, we have our domain name, we have the domain, like boss bar. We also have, we haven't chosen any of the floors or any of the walls, and I will get to that in the next video. So stay tuned for devlog number 2. And yeah.